you know you should keep learning. That's why I have 10 YouTube channels for you to learn for free. Today, in the studio. Hello everyone, my name is Alex Silva and you're watching Alex Silva Photography. Today I have a list for you, a very interesting list. We know that we, as photographers, we should keep refining our craft, our abilities. And sometimes learning can be a bit expensive or can be a bit tricky to find instructors and the like. So I compiled a list of 10 YouTube channels for you to learn a lot and for free. Let's start with number one. Number one is B&H. B&H, if you know, is this major, really big photography, but also video and professional audio store located in New York City. And even though it's great to have the reviews and everything, they have a particular space in the stores called the event space. That's where they invite some photographers or any other creatives to give talks, and those talks are then uploaded to YouTube on the event space subchannel. And you can learn a lot from there, whether it is from particular techniques or photography as art, things like that. Those talks are amazing. Of course, the product reviews are great, but the main area that I'd like to recommend from this channel is the event space area from B&H. Number two is Adorama TV. Adorama is another really big store located in New York City. However, their channel, even though they do have a bit of product reviews, is also full of many materials shot with many different photographers that are associated with the store. Many different photographers come from in many different specialties, like Vanessa Joy, Mark Wallace, Daniel Norton, Gavin Hoey, David Bergman, and more. And they all have different styles and different topics that they specialize in. And just go there, you're just going to enjoy it. The ones I particularly enjoy are those from Daniel Norton, who shoots a lot of portraits, but also from Gavin Hoey, who provides a lot of tips for shooting in small studios, especially in home studios. Those two I found just awesome. But in general terms, the channel is very, very great. It's very, very good. And number three is KelbyOne. KelbyOne is the company or brand created by Scott Kelby, the Tampa-based, mostly sports photographer, and he's just great as a photographer. But also he created this particular place where you can learn a lot and etc. But the channel itself has a lot of materials from their online courses, which are usually paid. But he has a weekly show called The Grid. And it's just amazing. It's really funny. He's a great host. He usually has some guests, whether it is photographers, producers, and things like that. People from Westcott, the lighting company, from Adobe and the like. So it's usually very entertaining, but also really, really informative. So I strongly recommend The Grid from KelbyOne. Next in my list is the Peter McKinnon YouTube channel. You have probably heard about this guy. This is a Toronto-based photographer, but actually he's more of a videographer. He has a lot of experience in cinematography and the like. And his channel is just amazing, mostly because of his style, his just inimitable way of saying, "What's up, everybody?" And no, I'm not going to try and imitate him, but also for his love of coffee and his great tutorials, both in photography and cinematography. He's just an amazing guy, very funny and super entertaining, but also super informative. And he's also known as the king of B-roll. If you don't know what B-roll is, you have to watch his channel, Peter McKinnon. Next in the list is The Art of Photography. This is a channel from a Dallas-based photographer named Ted Forbes. This is more art-oriented, or talking about photography in terms of art. He does have technical tutorials, but he really focuses on how to make your images become pieces of art. And he also has these video essays about other artists and his assignment series, things like that. You will just find it super interesting and very informative, and especially very entertaining. Next in the list is the Slanted Lens. The Slanted Lens has a lot of tutorials from the host, or actually the owner of the company, named JP Morgan, and he's just very funny, very entertaining. But in this fun and entertaining style, he's great at teaching how to use different pieces of gear. He also has an amazing personality, so what else can you ask for in a YouTube channel? Just go watch that. Next in list is Jared Polin. Maybe you've heard the expression Frono's photo. And well, he's just an amazing guy. He has a very interesting combination between sarcasm and comedy, but also storytelling and really balanced reviews. He's just amazing. I really enjoy watching him. I strongly recommend you to watch Jared Polin. Next in list is a great guy from Texas. His name is Francisco Hernandez. You can find him on YouTube as FJH Photography, and he's just great at portrait lighting, portrait post-processing and things like that. He sometimes organizes events like photo walks, whether he goes to events or sometimes in his hometown. I think he's based in San Antonio or close to that. And I do my best to attend one of his photo walks because I think he's just a great guy to hang out with, and I strongly recommend his YouTube channel. Next one is Robert Hall. Robert Hall is a wedding photographer, and he's just very good at it. He's just great. However, what I really like about his channel is when he talks about flash photography in general, but in particular when he talks about the Godox flash system. I think he's, or at least the only one that I know of, that has tested, reviewed, well, actually used, tested, and reviewed, I think, almost every piece of gear from the Godox flash system. So if you have any question about that particular flash system, go to his channel. I'm pretty sure you can find any model in his YouTube channel, and then you will be able to see how that piece of gear is used and how you can use it. Finally, number 10 is Alex Silva Photography, of course. I am in this channel, I'm going to focus more on 3 areas. I'm going to focus on novice photographers, and so I can teach or share some information about the basics of photography. But also, I do in my paid work, I do mostly portraits. That's why I'm going to focus more on portrait tips, but of course in lighting. Lighting is the basis of photography, so I'm going to focus on there. Actually, you have probably seen some of the videos that I've made in the last few videos, let's say in the last few months. These are focused on these 3 different areas: novice photographers, portrait photographers, and lighting in general. And I hope you liked it. But then there you have it, a list of 10 channels for you to visit frequently and learn a lot for free. There are many more channels that I could recommend to you. I actually visit many more, but this is my list of my current preferred channels that I actually visit regularly. I really hope you like this video. I hope you find this list informative and helpful. If you like the video, please press the like button. If you'd like to keep up to date with this channel, of course, subscribe to the channel and make sure you press the bell symbol so you get notifications whenever I post anything new. And if you'd like to read the blog posts that are associated with this YouTube channel, visit my website, alexsilva.photography. But please remember to keep learning and keep shooting. See you next week.